2022, Unwaha University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimizations of research, development and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LDPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, Unwaha University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimizations of research, development and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LDPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha.
Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad, la nabiyya ba'dah, amma ba'd. Good morning, and we are delighted to welcome you to the Grand Hall for the opening ceremony of the first Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, Kiai Haji Abdullah Hasbullah University, Jombang, Indonesia. Director of Kiai Haji Abdullah Hasbullah University, Associate Professor Dr. Anton Muhibbuddin MP, Professor Hunsa Punapaya, Department of Biology, Chulalongkorn University, Professor T.S. Dr. Suraini Abdul Aziz, Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences, University Putra, Malaysia, Professor Sun Wok Kim, Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, Korea University, Professor Dr. Rudianto Amirta, Faculty of Forestry, Mula Warman University, Associate Professor Dr. Rernat Maya Sofitri, Department of Biology, Institute Teknologi 10 November, and also presenters and participants of the first Multidiscipline International Conference 2002, Kiai Haji Abdullah Hasbullah University. This conference to bring together academia and researchers who are responsible for delivering the optimized research, development, and innovation deal with innovative digital transformation for community in the new normal era. This conference also provides a great opportunity for prospective participants to share their recent theoretical knowledge, research finding, and experiences dealing with our topic today. Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, for a brief moment, we would like to invite you to raise and sing Indonesian anthem, Indonesia Raya, and followed by March Subhanul Waton. May all we rise.
Di sana aku berdiri, jadi hirman inhadu alal waton yalal waton yalal waton yalal waton hubbul waton minal iman walat takun minal hirman inhadu alal waton Indonesia biladi anta ummanul faqoma kullu mayyak tika yauma qawmi hayya qawmi mama kullu mayyak tika yauma qawmi hayya qawmi mama Pusatkan hati wahai tanah airku cintamu dalam imanku jangan halangkan nasibmu bangkitlah hai bangsaku pusatkan hati wahai tanah airku cintamu dalam imanku jangan halangkan nasibmu bangkitlah hai bangsaku Indonesia negeriku engkau panji martabatku siapa datang mengancammu kan binasa di bawah durimu siapa datang mengancammu kan binasa di bawah durimu Yalal waton yalal waton yalal waton hubbul waton minal iman walat takun minal hirman inhadu alal waton yalal waton yalal waton yalal waton hubbul waton minal iman walat takun minal hirman inhadu alal waton Indonesia biladi anta ummanul faqoma kullu mayyak tika yauma qawmi hayya qawmi mama kullu mayyak tika yauma qawmi hayya qawmi mama Pusatkan hati wahai tanah airku cintamu dalam imanku jangan halangkan nasibmu bangkitlah hai bangsaku pusatkan hati wahai tanah airku cintamu dalam imanku jangan halangkan nasibmu bangkitlah hai bangsaku Indonesia negeriku engkau panji martabatku siapa datang mengancammu kan binasa di bawah durimu siapa datang mengancammu kan binasa di bawah durimu
Thank you very much. You may be seated now. Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we are going now to listen the report speech delivered by the conference chairs. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Kriswan Hidayatullah, MPD.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Head of Higher Education Foundation Bahrul Ulum, Rector of Kiai Haji Abdul Wahab Wasbullah University, Honorable all keynote speakers, and all conference participants. This international conference was held by the Research and Community Service Institute in collaboration with the Language Center of Kiai Haji Abdul Wahab Wasbullah University. The theme of this conference is Impact of Innovation, Innovative Digital Transformation for Community in the New Normal Era, through optimization of research, development, and innovation. The choice of this theme is related to the result of research that must be developed and fed directly by the community. This international conference brought in professional keynote speakers in the field of research development, including Professor Suraini, Professor Hunsapun Napaya, Professor Harlinda Kuspradini, Professor Maya Sofitri, and Professor Anton Muhyiddin. This conference was attended by as many as 896 participants, and 328 come from 7 countries. We realized that the holding of this conference still has many shortcomings, so hopefully all conference participants will benefit from this activity. I'm asking apologize if you find the mistake from us, so thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Krisjuan Hidayatullah, for the report speech. Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to listen to the opening ceremony, opening speech delivered by the Rector of Kiai Haji Abdul Wahab University. And afterward, we would like to request to the Rector to officially open the first Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, Kiai Haji Abdul Wahab University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Anton Muhyiddin, MP.
And every one of you for being here today at this wonderful moment. My name is Anton Muhyiddin. I am Director of the University of Unwaha. It is such an honor for me to speak on behalf of the Unwaha. Let me begin by giving you a warm welcome to the seminar. Before we get started, I would like to express my appreciation to the speakers. We have here Professor Hansap Penapaya from Chulalongkorn University, and then Prof. Suraini from Malaysia, Prof. Arlinda from Mulawaraman University, Professor Maya Sofitri, and also Professor Kim from Korea University, and also all of the participants. Also my appreciation for crew who generously helped us make this seminar come true. We would not have done it without all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's seminar, we want to learn many things from speakers and also from all of the participants. While I don't want to take too much of your time. I need to hand over it to Mr. Yuan and the committee to start the seminar. I would like to say once more on behalf of this seminar organizer, welcome for all. It's great to see you. It's great to see so many you here. And as a rector, I declare this seminar is open. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for the rector from opening speech. Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, to hope the greatest achievement of our conference today, let's make perfect the opening ceremony by dua. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Yuyun Bahtiar, MPD.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bow our head for a moment, pray to God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, so that our international conference can be precious to all of us. I will lead this prayer based on the teaching of Islam, and those who are not Muslim, you are pleased to pray according to each of your belief. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan yu'afi ni'amahu wa yukafi'u majidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karimi wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiatan fil jasad wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizqi wa taubatan qalbal maut wa rahmatan indal maut wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma firlana wali walidina walil muslimina wal muslimat wal mu'minina wal mu'minat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat innaka sami'un qaribun mujibud da'wat ya qadiyal hajat. Oh Allah, today Saturday January 29, 2022, in this beautiful place, we gather here to bring about an international conference. The theme, Impact of Innovative Digital Information for Community in New Normal Era through Optimization of Recent Development and Innovation. Oh Allah, make this international conference as useful science assembly, as medium of sharing useful ideas, knowledge, and experience of scholars, researchers, and students of various disciplines. May the conference we organize today benefit to our life, broaden our knowledge, science of ideas, and lead to be successful, productive persons, which in turn will both dignity our nation. Oh Allah, guide and bless our heart and our mind with the light of your guidance. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities. Help us to speak our minds clearly. Help us to listen to each other, respect to each other, love each other, so that we are included to be blessed person. Oh Allah, protect us from unintended temptation, show us the right path, and give us knowledge and strength to perform good things equally. Show us and make it clear the bad thing, and give us knowledge and strength to avoid them. Oh Allah, you are the one who can fulfill our prayer. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin, amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for Mr. Yuyun Bahtiar for leading dua. Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the core agenda of our meeting today, that is to hear the speech from our keynote speakers. The keynote speaker will be moderated by Mrs. Ulfa Wulan Agustina. But before beginning our first session, allow me to read the CV of our moderator today. Well, her full name is Ulfa Wulan Agustina. She is an English teacher in Kiai Haji Abdul Pasfullah University. She has passed her undergraduate on STKIP PGRI Ponorogo, and she has passed her postgraduate on Universitas Indah Prasta PGRI Ponorogo, and she is advisor of ESA, English Student Association. That's all. As Master of Ceremony today, thank you very much for your nice attention. Then, Ms. Ulfa Wulan Agustina, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rahmat, for your time that you have given to me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning today. It's nice to see you at the first Multidiscipline International Conference, which is held by LPPM Kiai Haji Wahab Hasbullah University, integrated with Lab Unwaha University. I am as your moderator today. I would like to get you to enjoy your conference today and also to get the best experience and also the best knowledge from these experts today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we are going to the international conference, let me to greet our speakers today. For the first time, Professor T.S. Dr. Suraini Abdul Aziz from Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology, Biomolecular Science, University Putra, Malaysia, Selangor. Good morning, Miss. Good morning, Miss Suraini.
Good morning.
Okay. And the next is Professor Hansa Punapayak from Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Good morning, Prof. Sawadika, Prof.
Good morning.
Okay. The third is Professor Dr. Harlinda Kuspradini, PhD from Forestry Faculty, Unmul, Samarinda. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning.
And the next is Associate Professor Dr. Rernet Maya Sofitri from Department Biology, Institute Teknologi, 10 September, Surabaya, Indonesia. Good morning, Madam.
Good morning.
Okay. And the last but not least, here is our speakers, Associate Professor Dr. Anton Muhib, this conference. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we are going to start our conference today, let me to read the rules of Multidiscipline International Conference today. The first is all participants in the Zoom applications use the name with the format institution _ name. And the second, all participants wear neat and polite clothes. The third, all participants in the Zoom application are requested to activate the video and mute the microphone during the conference. The fourth, for participants who do not comply with the rules, the committee will remind 3 times. If after being reminded, the participant still does not obey, he or she will be removed from the Zoom room. 5, participants must fill in the attendance form given by committee through the Zoom chat room. And the last rule is, in the discussion sessions, participants' questions are facilitated through the chat room Zoom. Those are our rules today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, at the last 2 years, we have struggled to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the higher education still must be pursued because universities are spearheads of innovative to achieve community welfare. But fortunately, digital information technology is growing rapidly today, so we can conduct our learning process everywhere and every time, in any way, of course in new ways, because the digital information technology has been growing up. Now we are in the new normal era. The optimization of research, development, innovation is closely related to digital technology. That's why our conference today is focused on the impact of innovative digital transformations for the community in the new normal era through optimization of research, development, and innovations. Now, we are going to, I would like to invite for the first keynote speakers, Professor T.S. Dr. Suraini Abdul Aziz from Department of Bioprocess Technology Faculty of Biotechnology Biomolecular Science University, Putra, Malaysia, Selangor. Good morning, Mrs. Suraini. How are you today?
Good morning. Selamat pagi, Ibu.
Ya, selamat pagi juga, Bu. Okay. Mr. Suraini allowed me to read about your biography before you start your speech. Professor T.S. Dr. Suraini Abdul Aziz from Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Science, University Putra, Malaysia, Selangor, Malaysia. She takes her Bachelor of Clinical Biochemistry in University Kebangsaan Malaysia, and then continued their programs at Master of Science program and Biochemical Engineering, University of Wales-Swansea, United Kingdom. And then she took her Doctor of Philosophy Research program in Biochemical Engineering, University of Wales-Swansea, United Kingdom. And now she is a Deputy Dean, Academic and Student Affairs, and then also the head of Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Science, University Putra, Malaysia. And at 211 until now, she is an Associate Professor of Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Science, University Putra, Malaysia. And also the lectures at Department of Biotechnology, Faculty of Food Science and Biotechnology, University Putra, Malaysia. Those all about Mr. Suraini Abdul Aziz, and the time is available for you. The time is 20 minutes for to deliver the speech. Thank you. The time is available for you, Mrs. Suraini.
Thank you, Mrs. Chairman. So let me share my slide first. Can everybody see the slide? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all. It is an honor for me to be here with all of you today and to see all my colleagues, all my friends here. Almost 2 years we didn't meet physically together, so I can see all the faces, happy faces today. So first of all, I would like to thank LPPM, Unwaha, especially Associate Professor Dr. Anton, for inviting me to deliver my keynote speech for this first Multidiscipline International Conference. So thank you very much to the chairs and conference secretariat for the arrangement. A very warm hello and good morning to all the keynote speakers, my friends, my collaborators, and my colleague. And today I will share my experience to all of you about biorefinery or biomass research that contribute to the high impact research output through innovation. So please bear with me for these 20 minutes. So I can be contacted using that 2 email there. And then to correct, I'm now the professor at Department of Bioprocess Technology, Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences, UPM. So let me bring your attention what is the innovation. I will talk more on the high impact innovation. So from the success, creativity, idea, vision, and inspiration that will get together for the innovation. So a very simple innovation. The definition of innovation is innovative research is focused on creating new ideas, analyzing problem, diagnosing them, and identifying their causes. So in order for the innovative research, it should create the new business solutions, strategies, technologies, and processes. And as a researcher, research and developments play a critical role in innovation process. And it is essential an investment in technology and future capabilities which is transformed into new products, process, and services. As for us scientists, we try to find a new product, new process, new services through high impact research. So the output is very important as a researcher because it will bring our future direction to what we want to. Either we want to be at the lab scale or we want to go it to the large scale or we want to commercialize our product, our process and services. So for our research group, so let me bring your attention that my research group, we focus on the value added products. So as innovation, when you talk about the value-added products, you will go into the biochemicals, biofuels, biomaterials, power and heat. So all of these value-added products, in our research, we focus from the plant-derived waste. So my research, my group research is more on the usage or utilization of waste, specifically agricultural waste into value-added products. And for the value-added product, we start our work with the usage of lignocellulosic biomass. So lignocellulosic biomass, it can be obtained a lot from the agricultural biomass. And from the lignocellulosic biomass, in order for you to bring it into value-added products, you have to proceed step by step to get the product what you want. And in our research group, we focus on the hydrolysis process in the term of using enzymatic hydrolysis to produce biosugars. And from the biosugars, we proceed with the fermentation, biofuels to process the sugars into biohydrogen, bioethanol, and biobutanol. So this is the research impact, the one that we already got it. So we did the enzymatic hydrolysis for the development of enzyme cocktail system. So in the enzyme cocktail system, there are either two-step or one-step process that you can develop the enzymatic hydrolysis system. So from the raw lignocellulosic biomass, you can convert it into the pre-treated lignocellulosic biomass using the lignolytic enzyme system. So this is all the enzyme cocktail system that consists of lignin peroxidase, mangan peroxidase, and lactase. And to degrade, to delignify the lignocellulosic biomass into biosugars using cellulotic enzyme. And the cellulotic enzyme, you can also use the cocktail system. So we successfully process the lignocellulosic biomass to produce biosugars by using two-step process. And at the same time, we also develop using simultaneous delignification and saccharification process. That means we omit the two-step process to get the biosugars from lignocellulosic biomass, in other words, waste. So we are processing the waste to get into value-added products. And this is our output, as I said just now. The high impact output is very important. We have patented our process on the crude cellulose cocktail to produce biosugars from lignocellulosic biomass. This is long time ago, but it's still used until now. So this is the comparison of our cocktail and commercial, and this is comparable. And if you have a look here, the percentage of hydrolysis of our crude enzyme cocktail is comparable with the purified commercial enzyme in the market. So this is our product. So it's already used by the industry. And this is the works done by my students, and all of our works already published. And then this is on the cellulotic enzyme system by a range of microorganisms. If you search my name, Abdul Aziz, as all, you can get some of the publication already in the website, in the internet. So this is the work by my PhD student using biomass from empty fruit bunch, decanted cake, and sago peat residue. And again, second one is also my PhD students, now my colleague. And the third one is my master students. This is on the cellulotic enzyme cocktail system. And I said just now, for the one step, for the simultaneous, we successfully produced lignocellulosic enzyme system. So we have 2 students working on that, already got their PhD. The first one is PhD students, where I'm the co-supervision them. He's the supervision by Professor Dr. Madiha from UTM. And the second one is my PhD student, already graduated. And overall, if you have a look here, this is the system that we successfully produce. So we successfully produce the recovered biosugars from fermentation using 2 systems, either using the white root fungi or UPM1 or UPM2. This is our microbes. And at the same time, we also did the simultaneous enzymatic saccharification and ABE fermentation. So from the lignocellulosic biomass, we got the biofuels from the biosugars that we process, either using single step or 2-step process to produce biosugars and convert into biofuels by fermentation and to produce purified biofuels. For this work, we produce 3 types. First one is the bioethanol. This is all the bioethanol works by my student, either master or PhD. The second one is on the biobutanol works. So we already published a lot on that. And this is also for the biobutanol. And finally on the acetone butanol ethanol. This is all the usage of lignocellulosic biomass into value-added products. So the main important thing that our process, we are utilize the enzymatic system to produce our products. So this is the first high-impact research that we have done for our research. And in the system, in order for you to utilize all of the things, all of the waste, in order for you to make sure the waste utilization that you use can go to the zero waste system. And what we focus now in our research group is the biorefinery. So what is a biorefinery? So biorefinery represents an innovative approach that products at the end of their service life of waste material are seen as valuable resources. That means in this case, we are converting the waste that we found in the waste into valuable resource for the production of high value bioproducts or biofuels, and they are produced from renewable sources. And if you go through on the Sustainable Development Goals, there are 17 SDGs. Biorefinery acts as an element of sustainable development to cater the 17 SDGs. I hope everyone know what is the Sustainable Development Goal. So for the biorefinery, the usage of biomass waste materials will be converted into either bioenergy in the term of biofuels, heat or bioelectricity, biochemical or bio-based products. So the choice to convert from biomass to advanced biofuels and bioproducts is depend on 4 steps. If you have a look here, the first one on the sustainability, this one will integrate the economic and environmental analysis for biomass supply. So you have to check the supply of biomass, either it is continuous or not. After that, we proceed with the feedstock development. Is on the biomass improved plant. So for the feedstock development is to develop plant as factories. This is the concept of for the production of biofuels and bioproducts. Further, we go to the deconstruction and separation. So this one is on the to develop the renewable biomass, deconstruction and separation strategies. As you remember just now, when we produce biofuel, we have to purify the biofuel from the system. So we will got it pure system. And further, all of this can go to the conversion. In this case, is on the biofuel and bioproduct synthesis. And then this is a new approach where the establishment of automated biofoundry concept for fuels and bioproducts. So in the term of definition, biofoundry is the new factories for genetic products. So besides using the wild type microbes, everything, you can go proceed with the genetic engineering, genetic modification. So as a, what we call it, as a researcher, if you are working with a biomass, you can select what type of biomass that you want to convert and what type of products that you want to produce. So this is one path that you can select in order for you to have the high impact output. Besides on the value added products and biofuels, now my research group, we focus on the bioconversion of any type of lignocellulosic biomass into bioproducts. If you have a look here, there are a list. Actually, it's more than that, but the one that I will discuss today is some of these. So I will discuss more on the bromelain, amino acid, antioxidant, biovanillin, biochar, biosurfactant, and bioelectricity. So our research group now, we focus on the pineapple biorefinery. I think everybody really familiar what is a pineapple. I think there's a lot in Indonesia, in Thailand, in Vietnam, everywhere. And pineapple, if you found out, that is a very nice fruits for us to eat. But in the pineapple biorefinery, after the harvesting or after the processing from the pineapple pineapple processing industry, they produce a lot of waste. Some of that are leaves, stems, peels. And this waste, it covers about 50% of total pineapple plant. So our research group, we're going to a lot of pathway in order for us to produce different type of product. I think all our Korean ASEAN Biomass Consortium friends, I think I presented it last time, but last time I only present 3 products that we're going to produce. But this time we already have more than that. So with the extraction, a very simple extraction, we produce bromelain enzyme from the leaves. We produce essential oils and ruminant feed. And if you have a look at the orange one, that is our new developed products. So from the purified bromelain, we are in the process to produce antioxidant. And from the pineapple stem, this is the stem from the tree, we extract the soluble starch, where the soluble starch is almost 77% from the pineapple stem, we found it. And we convert that soluble starch into biosugars. And the biosugars now in the process to be converted into amino acid and caramel. And from the peels, we already successfully identify the microbes that can produce nata de pina. So we successfully produce nata de pina from pineapple peel. I think everybody heard about nata de coco. So our works, we produce nata de pina. So this is the works done by my students. I really appreciate their works. So we already have our pure bromelain enzyme when we have trademark for our products. We call it Epibrom, taken into consideration the name of the company that worked with us, Alah Putra Biowell. And our bromelain, pure bromelain activity now is 1000 CDU per mil. So it is comparable with the bromelain in market. And to be in mind that this is from the waste, the pineapple waste. This is not from the pineapple fruits. And we also produce essential oil. This is done by my co-supervisor of master students. And now we have 1 student working on amino acid. We already published Q1 paper last year on the starch extraction from pineapple stem. And we are in the process to produce nata de pina and starch to caramel. This is another work by master and my PhD students. So this is all the range of products that we can produce from the pineapple waste. This is a very promising research that I think some of you can invest in. And beside of that, we are using the oil palm kernel shell to produce activated carbon and biochar. If you have a look here, this is our patented double insulated carbonization activation steam system, where we produce the activated carbon on biochar to treat the oil palm waste that at the final discharge. So this is the collaboration and continuation work with my ex-PhD student at the Malaysia Palm Oil Board, and we have one master student working on the development of standard to do the procedure for the activated carbon to be used as the treatment of palm oil mill final discharge. This is Sarah. I think Sarah with us today. And another products, I think everybody, especially women, you like to make cookies, whatever. So vanilla, biovanillin is one of the ingredients that we use in the baking. So usually vanillin, they produce from the Vanilla planifolia, is a orchid plant, and it's a very expensive from that one. So our group, we successfully produced biovanillin by two-step fermentation and simultaneous fermentation system from the biomass alkaline pre-treatment hydrolysate. If you have a look here, the black color, the black liquor, we produce this black liquor is contain a lot of ferulic acid that can be converted into biovanillin by two-step from ferulic acid to vanillin, vanilla acid to vanillin, and simultaneous directly from ferulic acid to vanillin. So we also have about six students working on that. This is works by me and Dr. Madiha from UTM. We have a students that we collaborate together. Okay, this is the works. Okay. And the next one is on the biosurfactant. So this also we are using the used cooking oil. I think everybody know that when after we did the frying, maybe 3, 4, 5 times, the oil become very black. So we didn't throw that one. We used the raw used cooking oil to isolate the bacteria that are good for the heavy metal removals, and also to remove anything that related to produce anything that related to the detergent, medicine, and cosmetic. So we have 2 students, one my students and one Dr. Madiha student working on biosurfactant, and they already got their master. And last on our innovative products is on the bioelectricity. So this is a very promising work that I starting working this project on the usage of volatile fatty acid compound with Professor Ho Nam Chang from the KAIS, Korea. So he produced the volatile fatty acid, but we converted the volatile fatty acid into bioelectricity. So either using the sugar hydrolysate pathway or volatile fatty acid hydrolysate. So we found out that the volatile fatty acid are feasible to generate bioelectricity are using stegohampas by microbes. So we are using the microbial fuel cell, and we already successfully Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I think
Yes, Miss.
the host is muted me just
Yes.
now.
I'm so sorry, Miss Raini.
Okay, so I think maybe you unmuted me at this part, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is our last bio products that we produce from the waste is on the bioelectricity. This is the works that we done initially with the KAIS, Professor Hon Nam Chiang from Korea on the production of volatile fatty acid from biomass. So they are using from the waste, we are producing volatile fatty acid from sago hampas. I think everybody know what is sago. So this sago, we going to two pathway. We producing sugar hydrolysates, and after that, at the same time, we produce volatile fatty acid. And we found out that these two feedstock, sugar hydrolysate and volatile fatty acid hydrolysate, can produce bioelectricity by microbial fuel cell using Clostridium bajorantii. So this is the works that we done, and then we found out that the volatile fatty acid hydrolysate is the best in order for you to substitute the sugars. And this work was done by my ex-PhD student, is now my colleague, Dr. Azwan. And then we already published in 2 Q2 journals. So it showed that we can utilize the waste to go for any other things, any other product that you want by innovation. As I stress here, the innovation is very important. And as a researcher, if you want to proceed, you can take biomass into any direction that you want. So to boost the revenue, either to grow the new businesses and for the sustainability and climate change, and also to explore the new frontiers of opportunities. And then it's very important, in order for you to choose what target that you want, what type of researcher that you want, and this is the way for you to proceed. And because of that, this is some of our high impact output from our research group. So we already have 3 MOU signed with our collaborator. I think all of them here from Korea University, from Chulalongkorn University, and the new one from the ITS, Dr. Maya. Okay, so we are further finding a way to collaborate with all of you. To have MOU with us in order for us to do the research collaboration, exchange student, exchange staff, that you can come to Malaysia and we can come to your institution. So I think that is a very good collaboration in order for us to have high impact and innovation research works. So all of you here were invited. And this is our new one. This is fresh. I think what we call it fresh from the oven. We just published our book on the biorefinery of oil producing plants for value-added products. This is just published on 19 January 2022. So this is a 2-volume books edited by me, Prof. Misri Gozan from Universitas Indonesia, and 2 of my co-researchers, Dr. Faizal and Dr. Pang. I think everybody know them. So we worked about 1.5 years to proceed with these books. And then this book, we have 34 chapters. It tells everything, what you can produce from oil producing plants, from palm oil meal, coconut, castor oil, anything, into value added products. So this is a very good book for you to invest in. So we also just got the book in the electronic copies. They sell this book either in hard copy or electronic copies. So you can go to the Wiley website to check on this book. So this is all about the innovative research that I already explained just now, and it's all together inside that. So the collaborator here in this book is come from Malaysia, Indonesia, Taiwan, Korea, everywhere. Okay, this is a very good book for you to refer. And this is my collaborators. I really appreciate my collaborators. Okay, so if you have a look, the photo, their university logo, all were there. I really appreciate my collaborators here. Okay, so where we have a very good interaction together, and I hope, hopefully next year or this year we can be in the physical. Actually, as a plan, Malaysia to become the host for this year for the Korean Asian Biomass Symposium, but because of the problems, we cannot go. So I really appreciate my collaborator, and I hope that we can continue to collaborate together. And this is my strength, my family. Okay, so I got all girls. Okay, my first one doing her PhD now. Second one, final year on the civil engineering. So first and second daughter is the civil engineers. My husband also the engineers. And then my youngest is just 16 years old. So this is my strength. And last but not least, thank you to my co-researcher, Dr. Faisal, Dr. Pang, and Dr. Azwan. And last but not least, thank you to all the secretariat for your invitation. Thank you very much, and you can have a discussion if you want to know more about our research works for our group. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for Mr. Surhaini about the nice explanations about the topics today. Hopefully we can also, students of Unwaha University can collaborate with you in another time.
Yes, inshallah.
Yes. Okay, and the next, the discussions will be done after all the speakers has been, delivered his speech. So there is a time for discussion later, Miss. Now we are going to the next speakers. Sorry. So we are going to the next speakers from Professor Hansa Punapayak from Chulalongkorn University. Morning, Prof. Professor Hansa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Prof. How are you, Prof, today?
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. Okay, Prof.
Okay.
Let me to read about your biography firstly.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Hansa Punapayak from Chulalongkorn University. He has graduated from Chulalongkorn University in 1974 in Bangkok, Thailand, and also University of Southwestern Louisiana 1980 in USA. And also he also graduated from University of Arkansas 1984 for his PhD microbiology in Fayetteville, Arkansas, USA. And then Universities of Iowa in 1989 in research training in biotransformation in Iowa City, USA. And also at Japan International Cooperation Agency in 1990, certificate in biotechnology utilizing higher plants and microorganisms in Kobe University, Kobe, Japan. And last, at United States Department of Agriculture's 1997 and certificates in pulp bleaching by microbial silenesis, USD Forest Service, Madison, Wisconsin, USA. And now he is an emeritus professor in Chulalongkorn University, start from 2018 until now, and also Associate Professor, Chulalongkorn University, Bangkok, Thailand. Those are our biography of our second speakers today. And for Professor Hansa Punapayak, the time is available for you. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Morning, Ajahn.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes,
Yes,
very
yes,
clear,
yes.
Ajahn.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning, Rector, Dr. Anton, Rector of the Unwaha, honorable guests, participants, and all the selected and wonderful keynote speakers. Nice to see you all here. I'm not going to say that it's a pleasure to be here because I would rather be in Jombang myself to be at the conference. But for the time being, with all the restriction, I think this is the best that you could do to have this online meeting. Okay, I would like to start my presentation on the topic of the evolution of biomass consortium from conventional to online platforms. Like when I screen. Okay, when I received your term of reference on the program after the invitation to attend this meeting, I saw that, okay, the speakers, the list of speakers that I see with Professor Kim, Rudy, and Dr. Maya, Dr. Anton. I didn't see the name of Professor Suraini here, but I'm happy that you are here and gave a wonderful keynote speaker in the morning to brighten up the subject that we are into. But anyway, looking at the list of the speakers today, I can recognize that, wow, this is a group of the biomass consortium that we have been creating, forming, and continuing collaboration for a long time now. So it's a pleasure to really meet you all here. And thank you so much, Unwaha, for organizing this almost like a mini biomass consortium. So let's see. From my topic, the evolution of biomass consortium that we have from conventional to online platform today. So the first thing that probably people would like to ask is that what is the biomass and its consortium? And the second one is how was it originated? The answer would be like biomass is a mass of living things. And the consortium is designed to promote a stress-free, I put emphasis on the stress-free advancement, international recognition, openness, and more importantly, friendship. Because international collaboration actually really could be rather difficult in various ways due to the cultural background and differences in work protocol. So friendship and sincerity should be given the priority. And for the second answer, this specific biomass consortium was initially originated from the cooperation between Korea University and Chulalongkorn University and was expanded to include some of the important Thai, Indonesian, Malaysian, and Vietnamese institutions. Why plant biomass? Because it is the most abundant organic renewable resources in the world when comparing to other kinds of biomasses. But due to the diversity of the plant biomass, multidisciplinary approaches to the better biomass conversion and utilization are needed. That's why we need to collaborate. Let me begin with the origin. Origin of our biomass consortium start with the meeting in United States at the Society for Industrial Microbiology and Biotechnology annual meeting in Anaheim, California. Anaheim is the home of Disneyland. And I went there to present a paper and Sihanat Pasongsuk. He was my PhD student at that time. We went together and there we met Professor Kim of Korea University also at the presenting the paper. And we became friends and collaborate. after several visits to Korea and Thailand, we finally formed the networking and then continue doing that with international symposiums of biomass utilization between Korea University and Chulalongkorn University for many years, and the international symposium on biomass utilization that include the Multidiscipline University, and also expanded to include the ASEAN members, including Naresen University, Multidiscipline University, ITS, Brawijaya, Unwaha, Putra, UPM, Malaysia, Hanoi University of Science, and most recently UTM in Malaysia. We had many annual biomass symposiums and many more activities. So wonderful, like the big one was the wedding of, ITS staff. And our dream for the next biomass symposium was going to be in Derawan Island with Dr. Rudy, professor in forestry, Multidiscipline University, followed by UPM that Professor Suraini mentioned. We were really looking forward to all of this. And then in a sudden, the interruption from COVID outbreak, what are we going to do? So social distancing, we were forced to do that. Suffering, definitely suffering. No easy traveling, but still we could connect via online platform. In doing that, we harvest from whatever we collaborate. Now, Professor Kim visited us at Chulalongkorn University early on in 2019, and then he went back, and the output of the visit, he had to produce a paper. So he did that. So this is a publication in energy conversion and management with his group at Korean University and our group at Chulalongkorn University. Then followed by Professor Suraini. We were so happy to have her in Bangkok, Chulalongkorn University. She stayed with us, had a great time together. And then COVID, the second phase, came around. And this one was bigger and more scary. And everybody started closing the border. Malaysia Airlines stopped flying to Bangkok in the middle. Professor Suraini had to finish the stay in Bangkok about a month earlier. And she had to go back to Malaysia by train, the old-fashioned way from Bangkok station to cross the border, landline, cross the border, and then on to Kuala Lumpur, many days. Oh, so she was so wonderful, that she went through all these things and then finally managed to produce excellent publication in the chemical and biological technologies in agriculture in 2021 as an output of her visit between her group and our group at Chulalongkorn and UPM. Moreover, she invited us in her books of the Wiley Press, 2 chapters, right? She mentioned that you should buy this book, if you are working or interested in working in biorefinery, and I really recommend that you do so. And we have an input in 2 chapters. Chapter 9 on biological pretreatment of lignocellulosic biomass from the group at Plant Biomass Utilization, Chulalongkorn University, and also enzymes for hemicellulose degradation, also from the plant biomass, and also Professor Suraini as a co-author as well in both of these chapters. Please get the books and read. You will find that these are wonderful information. And then Multidiscipline University, master student in program of biotechnology from Multidiscipline University, Mr. Muhammad Trophy. He got a scholarship to come to Thailand at Chulalongkorn, and then he got another scholarship as an exchange student in Japan. and came up with a very good paper in American Chemical Society, Omega, on antioxidant and UV blocking properties of the CMC lignin composite film from oil palm empty fruit bunch. Another one is with Professor Takashi Watanabe of Kyoto University, collaborating with LIPI, Indonesia, Dr. Didi, and us at Plant Biomass Utilization Research Unit, Sihanat Pasongsut Pongtalin, and I, we published paper in the Biomass Conversion and Biorefinery. And another one is in the Journal Polymers and the Environment. This is from a group, Thailand, only like with Professor Suda of a different department. She's with the material science, and it's in the journal. Yeah, it's in a good journal. And yeah, with all this COVID outbreak, we managed to get some output. So for the time being, in the meantime, we truly appreciate Unwaha for organizing this conference via the online platform, which helps strengthen our collaboration and progress. We thank you so much for all the attendance, and also Dr. Anton and Senior Hatika for the invitation, and all, everybody here. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Thank you for Professor Hansa Punafayak for your explanations, as your nice explanations. Hopefully we can get another time to collaborate with you. And then I would like to invite the third keynote speaker from Professor Dr. Harlinda Kuspradini, PhD from Forestry Faculty, Unmul, Samarinda. Good morning. Good morning, Miss.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the committee, and especially for the rector of Kiai Haji Abdul Wahab Hasbullah University, Professor Dr. Anton Muhibuddin, MP, and also I would like to send the greeting for all of the speakers today, Professor Dr. Hunsa Punapaya and Professor Suraini Abdul Aziz, and also Professor Dr. Ernat Maya Sapitri. My name is Harlinda Kuspadini, and I'm replacing Professor Dianto Amita. Unfortunately, he cannot join in this conference. I would like to share about our research from Forestry Faculty, and of course, it will be different from Professor Rudia Amita topic, but maybe it's, let me share my presentation first. Sorry. It's the connection. I'm sorry. Oh. Can you hear my voice? Because
Yes.
it has a trouble for.
Yes.
Okay. It can move. It cannot move.
Okay, we will wait for Dr. Herlinda. Some maybe she's still preparing for the presentations.
Maybe I would like to stop my video. Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm really sorry for this trouble. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here to give such a brief talk about our research. In this presentation, I would like to share about our research about the aromatic plant products. So this is a forest-based aromatic plants from East Kalimantan as a bioprospection research. And sorry. Then I'm from Lawarman University, from forestry faculty, and have a field on non-timber forest product, especially in medicinal and aromatic plants. So this is our university, located in Samarinda, Kalimantan, in Borneo Island, Kalimantan Timur. So in forestry faculty, we have 3 programs. Undergraduate, magister, and doctoral. So this is my affiliation. So I would like to share about the research about the from forest research and startup, as the Professor Suraini said that we should make an innovation about our research. So we start from walking around on the forest, forest bathing. So we explore our plants in the forest, and then we collect some medicinal and aromatic plants. Then we got the product innovation, such as tropical rainforest essential oil. So today, this is my outline in this talk, the brief talk. So I'm going to talk about the tropical rainforest and aromatic plants, and then what is a bioprospecting and our research on tropical rainforest essential oil, and of course conclusion. So we know that tropical rainforest has for about 10 to 12, 13 landmass. But it's housing the approximately 80-90% of the animal and plant species, and especially medicinal and aromatic aspect is entirely unknown till now. Then the interest in unique and exotic aromatic itself, right now, there is a consumer demanding a new and improved fragrance sensation from the plants. So this is our purpose to explore the aromatic plants to get the products such as the what is a new aroma from the tropical rainforest. So we know there is a lot of kind of plant species, but we know that in East Kalimantan or in Borneo Island, the most popular family plant species is Dipterocarpaceae, and then Lauraceae, and Clusiaceae. There is a monodominant species not only from East Kalimantan, but almost in Asian forest. And interestingly, Lauraceae family is the plant that has a high concentration on the essential oil. But the research on essential oil producing plant from this kind of Lauraceae family is still limited from East Kalimantan. So we would like to try to explore this kind of plant species that producing essential oil from Lauraceae family. But not only Lauraceae, we also doing the process to make some product from essential oil from non-Lauraceae family. From Lauraceae family, there is a lot of kind of genus from Lauraceae family, but in our research, we found that some such genus, such as Lydsea and then cinnamomum, is the has the population more than the other genus. And we are going to talk about what is the bioprospecting area. So the bioprospecting area is the exploration about the biodiversity for new biological resources. It's carried out by a wide variety of industry, and some of them is being used for the pharmaceutical industry. But this is variety branches from the agriculture, manufacturing, engineering, construction, and many others. So this is the bioprospecting is cuts across a range of different sectors, including this kind of sectors such as agrochemistry, new crop varieties, and then pharmaceutical, and then cosmetic, and drug development, and more other area. So this kind of activity, bioprospecting area, is important to us to know what kind of potency from the forest area in our location. So this is the step from bioprospecting. So we know that biodiversity prospect, or we call it bioprospecting. So biodiversity prospect. So this is the exploration of biodiversity we have a commercial valuable, and then biochemical resources. So the step we are doing exploration about the potency of the medicinal and aromatic plant, and then doing the research, and then got the product. It should be make a benefit for the rural community that has the plant species in the forest community. So it should be we can make a conservation after that if we have proof about the potency and product. So this biologically derived compounds, it can be included as component in products or process with an extensive range of application. So by bioprospecting, we can do more and become a benefit for the people around the forest. So why we use aromatic plant? Because aromatic plant has a aromatic compound, and this is basically essential oil we call. Professor Sureni already talk about the essential oil also. So these essential oil are volatile, so odorous, then hydrophobic, and has a concentrated compound. So it can be obtained from the fruit, flower, buds, leaf, fruit, and root. So one plant can give another can give a different aroma and of course, we can get the different aroma from different plants. So this is the process how the aromatic plants get the essential oil. So there is some process to get the essential oil from the aromatic plants, but one of the simple method that we use is the steam distillation process. One process has many different products, but in this presentation, I would like to talk much about the essential oil, about the tropical rainforest trees. So essential oil is already used in Indonesia. So the most popular essential oil in Indonesia is kajuput oil. Every people, I think, know the kajuput oil, and we use it almost every day. So in our life, essential oil have different characteristics. So the essential oil is not only kajuput oil. So there is so many different plant species that can produce essential oil, because the essential oil has many functions, especially for aromatherapy, and then antioxidant, antimicrobial, antifungal, and then anxiety or for therapy for depression. So to produce the essential oil from tree or the plant, we have there is many factors that can that can influence the chemical composition in essential oil. So it could be the part of plant, and then the part of form. There is a fresh or dry, then the collection, sample, and then how to process, such as extraction method and genetic factor, and then what is the location, such as a different abiotic stress. So it may make a different character of essential oil, the location, age, the form of part, and then the plant part itself, the sample collection. So this is our research step. So in this bioprospecting, we start from the collection of sample, and we focus on Lauraceae, and of course we doing the non-Lauraceae plant also, and then we doing the preparation such as extraction, steam distillation, and other, make a characterization of essential oil, and then we screen the potency of to make a confirmation of bioactivity, and then make a development test for the commercialization. So this is our sample collection. We have a lot of kind of plant species, but we would like to focus on Lydsea and cinnamon. So we carry out the 3x3 in location to make sure that they have the major compound is the same. We collect in the forest, then this is a minimum 1.5 hours to go to the forest and collecting this kind of sample. And this is our process to collect the essential oil. We use the steam distillation. This is the easiest process to get the essential oil from this kind of plant species. So we are doing the bioassays such as antimicrobial, and then anti-inflammation, and forgot the antimicrobial, anti-inflammation, antioxidant also. So we start from Lydsea. So why Lydsea? Because Lydsea has more than 400 species in Asia, and in East Kalimantan we call medang, but almost all species it information the pattern of essential oil compound composition. So we looking for the research gap, a lot of kind Lydsea, but there is not much information about the species in Indonesia. So we would like to know that some species about the Lydsea that dominated in East Kalimantan, that grow in East Kalimantan forest. So we would like to explore. We have seven kind of Lydsea species, but not all of the Lydsea species has produce essential oil. So we got three kind of species of Lydsea that has much yield of essential oil. So when we check about the correlation about the chemical compound in this kind of species in 5 Lydsea, we use the cluster analysis. So we found that the Lydsea elliptica, Lydsea ferruginea, Lydsea angulata is one cluster, but Lydsea garciae and Lydsea rubiginosa is another cluster. So we can see this in the table because this chemical compound. So we can see that this kind of essential oil from Lydsea has a different major compound. So the sesquiterpenrich compound, what is it? The Lydsea garciae, ferruginea, and rubiginosa is are the have a sesquiterpenrich compound. So Lydsea angulata and Lydsea elliptica has a higher monoterpene compound. So we check it for the antimicrobial. So we can see that this kind of Lydsea elliptica, angulata, and rubiginosa, they have a potency for the antimicrobial and antifungi. So this is also the research of my student. They try to make a different process to know that the major compound is become changed or not. But from we drying the sample before the process. The major compound is still exists. So the result on in this result, we saw that the oil content is not become reducing by the drying treatments. And then this is the process about the aspiration of Lydsea angulata by simple distillation, fractionation. So we got a fraction that we can make one fraction with much of alpha pelandrin in one fraction. So, and then about the antimicrobial, so we can see here we have good antimicrobial for the lactic acid bacteria. And then for the cinnamomum, we know that cinnamomum, the most popular cinnamomum in Indonesia is cinnamomum burmani or kayu manis, but there is a lot of kind of plant species from cinnamomum. So we traditionally kayu manis is used to treat the nausea, diarrhea, cold, flu, fever, and rheumatis. And we have 3 kind of cinnamomum here for cinnamomum: cinnamomum burmani, cinnamomum iners, and cinnamomum paternexilon. So this kind of cinnamomum is also medicinal plant. So we also searched on the research gap on essential oil about the cinnamomum. So there is still not much information about the cinnamomum campora. But we found Cinnamomum campora in our forest. So we make a research for this kind of species, Cinnamomum. So we found that campora in our forest has different major components. So it may be because of variants from the from the forest, the tree. So this is the research from our student. The campora essential oil with many sampling. So it's different. It has a different color, but it still has potency as anti-inflammation. So this is the fractionation about the Cinnamomum campora. So it also has a kind of different color. So we found that fractionation of the Cinnamomum campora has a good activity for Streptococcus sobrinus and Streptococcus mutans. So in this kind of research, we got that the major chemical compounds in one fraction is cineol. And in this all of the fraction has a good antimicrobial activity. And we also got the crystal from the camphor product in this research. So we would like to say that this kind of camphor or alpha pelandrin from Litzea has a responsible for antimicrobial from many bacteria, and also can stimulate the immune response. This is we can check the reference about the alpha pelandrin. So it should be conclude that the Litzea angulata elliptica and Cinnamomum campora has a potency as antimicrobial, and then they has a potency as a source of 7-octane to 1 for Litzea elliptica, and then alpha pelandrin from Litzea angulata, and then 1 and 0.8 cineol from Cinnamomum campora. So we know that the extraction process and different time collection, it will be affect for the chemical composition in this essential oil. So I would like to share also about our product for our research. There is a lot of kind, but we know that forest has the unique aroma. So we have Cinnamomum campora from tropical rainforest essential oil. So maybe this is our sharing about our product in from forest based aromatic plants. Maybe this is our my talk, my brief talk, maybe more than 20 minutes. Thank you. I would like to go back to the committee. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you for Professor Dr. Harlinda Kuspradini, PhD, for the nice explanations. In essence, there is a lot of biodiversity in Kalimantan's forests, such as laurus and cinnamomum, which as useful contents for bioassays, isn't it, Mr. Professor Dr. Harlinda?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your nice explanations. And now I would like to invite our fourth speakers from Associate Professor Dr. Renat Maya Sofitri. Good morning, Mrs. Maya.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Assalamualaikum.
morning. Okay, Miss, let me to read your biography firstly. Miss Dr. Renat Insinyur Maya Sofitri MSE. She was graduate from Brawijaya University for her undergraduate and took in pest and disease plants. Then she finished her master program at Gajah Mada University, Jogja, Indonesia in marine microbiology and took her doctor program at Max Planck Institute for Marine Microbiology in Bremen, Germany. Now she is the Chief of Agri-Food and Biotechnology, a research center in Institut Teknologi 10 November, Surabaya. She also a lecturer and researcher at Biology Department of Institut Teknologi 10 November ITS, Surabaya. Okay, I think those all about our great biography, Dr. Renat Maya Sofitri today, and the time is available for you, Mrs. Maya.
Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. It is really nice that I can meet face to face even through the internet. Nah, I can meet Bapak Anton Muhibudin yang sudah sangat lama, it's very long time not to see you, Pak Anton, and also Ajan Hunsa, and also Ibu Professor Suraini, and representative from the University of Mula Warman, Ibu Professor Halinda. Maybe this the first time we met, Ibu, yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
It is really nice having us all together here, and we can see even not directly or we physically not meet, we can let online meeting in this I would say this is through the laptop, yeah? Okay, professors and also the audience, please, I would like to share my short PPT dealing with the topic. Maybe I would say like this. I would like to represent a little bit or introduce the new research center under the ITS, and the research center name is Agri-Food Tech or Agri-Food and Biotechnology. Okay, please let's start. In this topic, I would say this is like this. I'm really honored being one of the presenter here in the first multidiscipline international conference held by the Unwaha. This is really surprising for me as well because Professor Pak Anton not really forget me and just invite me like this. Okay, I would take the topic. This is one is the agricultural technology and agribusiness. And as I mentioned before, I would like to share a little bit about that we have done under the Agri-Food and Biotechnology Research Center under the ITS, and also myself is from the biology department. Okay, this research center have already developed since 2020, January 2020, in order to increase and expand ITS roles in food and drug security. And also mentioned by Professor Hunsa, unfortunately, we just established the research center, but suddenly the pandemic is coming. That's why we not really working much in this agri-food tech, but I would like to try to explain a little bit on example that we have done during 2020 until 2022. Okay, this one is our, let's see this roadmap of our research center. This roadmap divided into 4 big topics. One is technology for plant and animal breeding, and the second one is dealing with the technology for, with the technology for cultivation and suboptimal land use. The third one is post-harvest technology and food processing technology. And the fourth one is technology for food and drug security. For sure, these 4 big topics will divide it into small topics. You can see in this picture, in this screen. And also we start in 2020 and this one will be end in 2024. Okay, why it is not moving? Sorry. Okay, now I'm trying to explain that we have done, with the big topic dealing with the technology for cultivation and suboptimal land use. This is really dealing with the biofertilizer. And this biofertilizer, we get grant for the ITS, big grant, I would say, because this kind of research collaboration grant in 2021 in order to try to wake up our research center with the biofertilizer. And this grant goes to the three works, trying to get the PGPR and also combining with the chemical NPK, and also to try to put inside also the mycorrhiza inside the plant and combining with the PGPR. And the final product we would like to have, sorry, I will give the, okay, we would like to have the premium biofertilizer in granule form. Just imagine if we just like the copy, the what is it? Granule is just if you just a coffee, just like a coffee granule. This one, and just a little bit briefly talking about what we have done with the research grant with biofertilizer. This is, we try to combine between our soil bacteria with the NPK in order to stimulate the growth and productivity of the sweet corn. And we see that the soil fertility is the major problem. Now we try to combine between microorganisms and chemical fertilizer, because we see that why we just try to combine this, because the previous studies have already done in 2019, the previous study, we have the conclusion that even our bacteria can support the what is it, the productivity and the growth and the productivity of our plant, but the NPK, our chemical NPK, is still the best one. And we're just thinking, if we only use the biofertilizer, the farmer will not really interest using this one, because you can see compared with the NPK, a chemical fertilizer, they again get more. And we try to get, that's why we try to combine the biofertilizer that we have and also with chemical NPK. Okay, this is how we do, and we go directly to the soil plant with the corn, sweet corn here, and we do selective, we try to isolate and directly with the selective medium. And for that, we just go directly again to try what is it exactly the organism there using the 16S RNA sequence. And we get 5 different bacteria. Even we have more of this one, the bacteria, but we just choose 5 of this bacteria with the highest ability, proving the ability to dissolve potassium and also natrium. Potassium, kalium, and also natrium. And then again, this is how we try to do this one. We use the consortium and plus NPK, chemical NPK. We add 25% less from the dose, 50% less from the dose, recommended dose, and also 75% from the recommended dose. And this is how we perform our research. First, we just put our bacteria and our consortium 3 days and 4 days before planting. And then after the planting, 7 days after planting, we put the NPK, chemical NPK with this dose, less dose. And then we get again with our consortium bacteria, and then we put just like this, biofertilizer, NPK, biofertilizer, NPK, and then biofertilizer. After that, we just try to harvest the result. And what is it exactly the result? We can see that if we do statistically, with the parameter of the plant height, stem diameter, leaf number, and leaf index, we see there are not significant difference, meaning that we can use less chemical fertilizer with adding with our biofertilizer. This is really nice having the result. And if we go to the productivity, again, we can see that they are really similar, okay, significantly similar. If we know that NPK is really not really expensive. This is really okay, cheap, I would say, but it is not really healthy for our environment. That's why we try to convince our farmer use the less NPK, but try and just combine with the biofertilizer. Okay, and I would say yes, we can use this one. We can trying with this method. This study, we can see a little bit confusing based on this study because I mentioned already, we did this one previously and we continue with the future with today's study. We seen that the previous one, we got that the bacteria without NPK still support the productivity, but the bacteria without NPK added something. We asked about what happened exactly then with this one. We only using the bacteria that support nothing for the present study, but if use bacteria plus the NPK, chemical NPK, we just grow well. But the previous one in 2019, with only using the bacteria, even not really good enough, the productivity still have that type one. And then we have a question mark here. What is it exactly happened? This is a scientific research behind this one. We have now the further study. We are really happy that Alhamdulillah, we would say that this year we can perform the laboratory work again. We will try to what exactly the cellular exudate that have been released surrounding the resource field and also microbial diversity changing after the treatment. Whether our biofertilizer have negative or positive impact on the environment. I would like to see this one. And I'm trying to get the scholarship, go back to Germany. I'm trying to contact my supervisor whether I can use their molecular using the fish method to see the differences or microbial diversity there. Okay, and from this project, I would say we just promote that we get the prospective product to get the premium biofertilizer. And also the next one, I would say this under the Agri Food Tech, we have the in vitro and in vivo technology for producing synthetic seed and tissue culture. And we combine this work with the photons technology. The photon with light technology, we trying put the synthetic seed and the tissue culture with the blue light, green light, yellow light, and also the red light in order to stimulate the growth of our synthetic plant. And what is it exactly, the synthetic plant? I would say the synthetic plant is the part of the plants. We cut the plant there and then we cover with the special gel and we can grow them as the individual plant. This is the synthetic plant. And we got again the grant from the research collaboration scheme to 2021. And we call this grant for the photon application for synthetic seed. And this project divided into, why it is moving by itself? Divided into 3 big working. This is we try to standardization about the cultivation process, and we got the patent already about this one, and also the lighting, how the light should be given, and also the last one is going to the acclimatization of the plant directly to the greenhouse scale. And we would say that we have the prospective product also as well. We will produce the premium synthetic seed for the many kind of commercial plant, but because this one have already proven using the synthetic plant in the lab scale, but not yet proven in the greenhouse scale, which doing in this year. Okay, and now we go also technology for food and drug security, because this is going to the drug security. I would say this is similar work have done with the Professor Halinda from Mula Warman University. And in this one, we have already prospect product. We call this one Jamu and Herb drink. We have this mini temu, and also this is a kind of what is it for the room flavor. Yeah, we call this one, and we have all this one is also the patent for this product. And the last one is not the last one, the last two is really dealing with the post-harvest technology and food processing technology. This is dealing with how we use the biomass as the commercial product. Yeah, and this one we have two product here. We use the biomass from the fish, and we try to to reuse the fish bone, becoming the pellet. That's why we call this one from fish to fish, and we produce livestock and fish feed. And it has been already patent, and also we got the patent for this one. The inventor is Dr. Awi Puji Diah Nur Hayati. And the last one, this one we also got the grant. The grant name is International Grant Collaboration Scheme. Oh, sorry, this is 2021, missing one here, 2021. And the title of this grant is we try to convert the backlog, this backlog becoming the planting medium after we do fermentation. And this working under collaboration with the University Malaysia Perlis, UNIMED, but we are really trying to get the collaboration also scheme with the Professor Suraini is also mentioned when we have already MOU, but we are trying to get the tangible activity this year. Okay, Bu Suraini, hello, we are looking forward for this working. Okay, and then mushroom cultivation, we have this mushroom, we have a project, we produce this one a commercially really nice. That's why we have many ways of this backlog. And we would say that this is the international networking, the agri-food tech, also for sure with the biology department, with also our with the Unwaha, with the Mula Warman as well, with the UNER as well. But the international networking, why it is so fast? The international networkings with the Chulalongkorn University, Korea University, UPM as well with the Busuraini, and also the Perlis, and we have so many others, but not really put inside the slide because not enough time to get the logo of each university. And this is the last of my presentation. Let's hope that we can join when we can do collaboration for the next under the under the Agri-Food Tech Research Center of ITS. Thank you so much. And I give back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss Maya, for the nice explanation about your topic. That means for Mrs. Maya explanation, I took some note that bacteria consortium without NPK seems had no impact. Bacteria consortium more than 50 or 75% does support crop growth. Okay, now we are going to the last speaker today from Associate Professor Dr. Anton Muhibbuddin MP. He was graduate from University Jember on 1990 and continue his study to master and doctoral program at Brawijaya University. Now he is the chief of DPP ADRI in research and publication, and also a chief of core-to-door program for the promotion of science GPSS Japan from Indonesia. Okay, Mr. Anton. Good morning, Mr. Anton.
Thank you. Good morning, all of audience participants and also speakers.
Yes, okay. I hope you always be fine, Mr. Anton, today. And now, the time is available for you to deliver your speech. Time is for you, Mr.
Okay. How about my PowerPoint? Okay, so please the operator can move my PowerPoint. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody, especially for speakers, Professor Hansa Punapaya, Professor Suraini, Professor Maya, and also Professor from Mulawarman, Prof. Ida. Yeah. Thank you very much. Today I will present about the effect of the indigenous organic fertilizer on paddy fields, methane emission. This research is collaboration between Unwaha, Jombang University, Diponegoro University, and also the Minister of the Agriculture. This research already published on this key to Scopus journal in the same topic, in the same title, the effect of indigenous organic fertilizer on paddy fields, methane emissions. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that paddy field are source of several greenhouse gas emissions, such as carbon dioxide, and then methane, and also the nitrous oxide. These three gas emissions account for 55%, and then methane is 15%, and also the nitrous oxide is around 6% of the total greenhouse effect. And paddy fields play an essential role in the greenhouse gas emission. Methane emission is influenced by a lot of factors, such as temperature, and then soil quality, rice biological action, fertilizer implementation, and also irrigation practices. And the object of this study was to analyze the effect of the indigenous organic fertilizer compared with various fertilizers on methane emission from paddy fields, and to analyze the relationship between methane emission and paddy growth by utilizing locally available sources. So we focus to use locally available resources in around Klaten, in the middle of Java. Next. The finding of the experimental have important implication for alternative strategies of the selection of the most appropriate fertilizer type depending on local sources which are available in the area and which can be easily implemented. Next, the study area, we study in Klaten Regency. This is the Regency in middle of Java. It's located at 110, 26, 14, and also 110, 24, and 51 salts, and 7, 32, 19, and 748, and 33 are. It's water, the Boyolali Regency in the north, so the Boyolali, the Sidoarjo Regency in the east. The Gunung Kidul Regency is in the south. The Yogyakarta Special Region province in the west, and the Yogyakarta is near of this Klaten. The Yogyakarta and Klaten is very, very near, very to the location. Experimental wave conducted during the wet season, the same month of March, by using a randomized lopsided plants method with 4 duplicates out of 5 treatments. First is fertilizer or control, and then in organic fertilizer, third is crude manure compost, and fourth is indigenous organic fertilizer. It's a specific organic fertilizer in the location, so local organic fertilizer. And for 5, it's commercial fertilizer. So we buy from the commercial, the fertilizer. Next. Methane chamber installation. Methane gas will be collected using a closed chamber method with 5 acrylic transparent chamber and installed in 8 paddy plots. The size of the chamber was 30 centimeter, and then the length is 50 centimeter. The tall is 103 centimeter. It was equipped with a rubber cover to collect the gas and head press to measure the height of air space in the chamber. This is the picture of the installation, chamber installation, where the gas sampling taken, and then the gas collection pit at experimental land is placed. And data analyzed, methane flow from rice paddies was calculated by using a linear regression based on the assumption that the methane concentration gradient between the polluted fluids and the air is fairly great, so that methane can be measured to be produced at the constant rates. Next. Next, maybe. Next, yes. Next. The results, please. The result slide. Next, maybe. Result. Methane flow on various fertilizer treatment at paddy fields shows that highest methane flows at 31 days after treatment was obtained with inorganic fertilizer treatment, and the lowest was with no fertilizer treatment. The methane flux from inorganic fertilizer was 0.456 milligram per meter square per minute. Next slide, please, operator. Before, okay, and then 0.45 milligram, 450 milligram per meter square per minute for communal compost, and 0.264 milligram per meter square per minute for indigenous organic fertilizer, and 0.187 milligram per meter square per minute for commercial fertilizer. Methane flux from all of the fertilizer were higher than that from no fertilizer. With no fertilizer was 0.110 milligram per meter square per minute. At the 31st, during the clinical initiation step of the paddy plants, the addition of a lot of fertilizer increased the flow of methane on the rice paddy. Methane flux at 61 day after treatment, that was the highest was obtained from commercial fertilizer treatment, and the lowest was from the fertilizer treatment. Methane flux from commercial fertilizer was 0.217 milligram per meter square per minute, and then 0.151 milligram per meter square per minute for indigenous organic fertilizer, 0.150 milligram per meter square per minute for communal compost, and 0.143 milligram per meter square per minute for inorganic fertilizer. Methane flux from all of the fertilizer were higher than that from no fertilizer. Where no fertilizer was 0.080 milligram per meter square per minute. At the 61, during the grain filling stage of the paddy plants, the results showed that there were very small difference among the fertilizer in methane flux. The methane flux at 91 days after treatment, that was the highest, was obtained from no fertilizer treatment. The lowest was from communal compost treatment. Metan from organic fertilizer was 0.024 milligram per meter cubic per minute, 0.017 milligram per meter cubic per minute for commercial fertilizer, and then 0.010 milligram per meter cubic per minute for indigenous organic fertilizer, and also 0.008 milligram per meter cubic per minute for co-manure compost. Methane flux from all of the fertilizer were lower than that from no fertilizer. No fertilizer was 0.025 milligram per meter cubic per minute. At day 91, during the ripening stage of paddy plants, the results showed that the methane flow of all the treatments was lower than day 31 and 61. This can be attributed to the decomposition of residual organic material in the soil from aerial diffusion and the activities of methanogenic soil bacteria and organic compound delivery by rice plants as root exudates. Then root senescence and decay induced by less roots excreted oxygen provide more methanogenic substrate from methane production. We can see in the picture the information, and on this slide, on the table 3, this is the result of the research related to methane flux in some variation times during plant growth period. This is a comparison for all data is research, and there are similar results with the other research. This is the picture about the seasonal methane emission of various fertilizer. This is 5 treatments. Go the right side, and then also inorganic fertilizer number second from the right, and the others. You can see the comparison between each treatment here. This is the total methane flux per grain years, so we can predict how much the total methane flux in the total production in Indonesia, because this is per grain years, so we count from each grain years. From the experiments, we have a conclusion that this study demonstrates that application of inorganic fertilizer gave the highest seasonal methane emission. So this is very danger. Maybe I can say this is danger. While the application of commercial fertilizer gave the lowest seasonal methane emission. The finding of this research also showed that there was no large difference between commercial fertilizer and indigenous organic fertilizer at the result yield. The yields. So this is very important for us that the yield is not different significantly, but the effect of methane is different. So this is our result, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your appreciation. And I hope the next, due to the speed of local resource, the use of banana, root, bamboo root, and manure as indigenous organic fertilizer material was not only more effective than organic fertilizer, but also can replace the continual reserve of inorganic fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anton, for your nice explanations. From the explanation, from Mr. Anton's, I got some conclusion that it turns out the organized fertilizers not only fertilize plants but also can reduce methane emissions, isn't it, Mr. Anton?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Those are our best speakers today, and now thank you for your presence. And now we are going to the discussions. If you can write in the column, Zoom column, if there is some question that you want to ask for presenters. Here's is question for Mr. Miss. Wait. There is some question for Professor Hasna from Chulalongkorn University. Professor Hansa from Chulalongkorn University. The risk of a decrease in the amount of agricultural land due to development and human settlements can lead to a decrease in biomass production. How to overcome this in order to maintain this research led to biomass processing? This is the question for Mr. Hansa, Professor Hansa Punapayak. Mr. Hansa, Professor Hansa. Professor Hansa. Because Mr. Professor Hansa has left the meeting, so maybe here is the question. Another speaker maybe can answer about these questions. The risk of a decrease in the amount of agricultural land due to development and human settlement can lead to a decrease in biomass productions. How to overcome this is in order to maintain this research relates to biomass processing. Maybe one of keynote speakers want to answer these questions, because this question actually for Mr. Hansa, but Professor Hansa has left the meeting. Or we are going to the next questions. Okay, we are going to the next questions. The question for Professor Dr. Harlinda Kuspradini, PhD. Prof. Harlinda, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. There is some question. If exploration of forest plantations has the potential to be successful, it can certainly lead to the industrial desire for forest exploitations. How to prevent or overcome for this?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for the question. So this is the function of the bioprospecting, because the point of this activity is for the conservation. So we know the potential of the plant, so we would like to make more plantation about this kind of plant. Maybe there is not much people know that this kind of the potential plant in the forest, it's what is it? In Indonesia, is the wild harvesting. So the kind of many kind of the potential plants is disappeared. So we would like to make an information, because this kind of plant in this forest has a potential for kind of many products. So we have to protect them. So we would like to make a more plantation about this kind of plants. I think that's my answer.
Okay.
So we would like to make a conservation about the loss of the plants, the useful of plant species.
Okay.
That's my.
Okay, thank you for Professor Harlinda. That means how we can expose about the forestry. It is according to the wisely of human being how to use it.
Yes.
Okay, maybe Here is some question that's come to Zoom chat room, and now maybe there is some question in live with speakers. You can take the question and raise your hand. Just tell your name and where are you come from, and whom you want to ask. Maybe there is some participant want to ask some question exactly to some to keynote speaker today. No one? No more questions about our discussion today? Okay, if you want to ask some question to the keynote speakers, just say what is your names and where do you come from and whom do you want to ask. Okay, because no more question. I think because our best keynote speaker has explained clearly, and also the explanation is delivered well. So no more question for participants. Thank you for our keynote speakers today. It's nice occasion to see you, to meet you in this nice international conference. Hopefully, we can do this this conference in another times with another topic. Before I close this conference, I would like to take wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody just write in the Zoom chat room. Is it also for Professor Harlinda from Multidiscipline University? Can the bioprospecting carry out involve local communities?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bioprospection is the activity that make the forest community to care about the plant species in their location. So we should give them some information about this kind of plant species and how to make a product, how to make an add value for them. This is our purpose to study about the bioprospection. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Halinda. And those are our last questions today. And I will take conclusion that this study demonstrates that the application of inorganic fertilizer gave the highest seasonal CH4 emissions. Nature is really good for us, has providing all we need, but it needs to be processing properly and wisely by humans through the research as presenters. Optimization research will need to doing research deeply from the better futures. Those are what I got from the keynote speakers today. Thank you. I say thank you, a lot of thanks for Professor T.S. Dr. Suraini Abdul Aziz from Malaysia, Professor Hansa Punapayak from Chulalongkorn University, Professor Dr. Harlinda Kuspradini, PhD, Associate Professor Maya Safitri, Associate Professor Dr. Anton Muhibudin, MP, for the nice explanation and the good knowledge and also the best knowledge that we have got today. Thank you so much. Thank you a lot. And then see you at the next conference, international conference, which in another time. Thanks. Those are our conference today. Thank you. I will back the time for committee.
through optimalizations of research, development,
Thank you
and
very much,
innovations.
everybody.
Thank you also so very much for everybody.
Attended by
Wow.
more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Habasullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimalizations of research, development, and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Habasullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimalizations of research, development, and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Habasullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimalizations of research, development, and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Habasullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimalizations of research, development, and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Habasullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimalizations of research, development, and innovations.
Okay, I will give some announcements. For parallel seminar or parallel sessions, we'll start at 1 o'clock, and then now you have a breaking times. You have breaking time, and please join the Zoom room at a half past 12, and then please join the breakout rooms to see what are room there. Before we have our discussion, we have sent your list room at your emails after you join the Zoom, and then you please choose the room for you. The parallel sessions will conduct in 6 rooms and breakout rooms at 12. Yes, 12:30. It will happen at 12:30. Please join the breakout rooms. And now you have breaking times for about 60 minutes. Thank you.
Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Hasbullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimizations of research, development and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Hasbullah University. Impacts of innovative digital transformation for community in new normal era through optimizations of research, development and innovations. Attended by more than 200 presenters. Hosted by LPPM Unwaha in collaborations with Pusat Bahasa Unwaha. Welcome to the MIC, Multidiscipline International Conference 2022, KIJ Hasbullah University. Impacts